Hey guys, and welcome back to Contradiction. As always, I'm Demon593, and have you seen this before? Anyways, we gotta go to Atlas and meet Ryan Rand. Because he and Emma were having an affair, and Jenks here needs to find out more about that. So let's try the lounge for like the 18th time. Haha!
Ryan! Detective Jenks, I'm conducting an investigation in the area.
Look on his face.
A few questions, alright?
Come in, Inspector.
I'm just gonna push my way into the door like, you're caught, bud. Oh, you may have done something or other. Alright, Ryan.
Drink, Inspector.
I'd better not, eh?
Mario, not well on my feet anyways.
Speak to me.
I believe that Kate Vine was a student.
Oh
at
my!
this-
He's very disturbed by that fact. Kate Vine?
Well, yes, she was.
Yeah.
All of this has been thoroughly investigated, Inspector. It was suicide.
Oh, yes,
well,
of course.
we have reason to believe there may be rather more to it than that.
Really?
Was it you?
Oh, then, in that case, I'd be prepared to assist in any way possible.
Good. I have a lot to ask you because, I haven't asked you anything, and I've gained quite a lot of evidence. So let's start from the top. What do you know about her death?
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday.
How do you know
then
about
you
that?
came straight back with some of the students, is that right?
Yes, I like to have a glass of port or two after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
How had she seen that?
The landlady?
Kate.
Okay. Well, she was her usual self, drunk.
That was usual.
It was for her, yes. I mean, it didn't
Man, everybody
impair her
calling
ability.
Kate
though. She was a
drunk.
very bright star, lots of potential, very enthusiastic.
Very
So she seemed to be enjoying the course.
As far as anybody could tell, yes.
When did you first meet her?
When she joined about 3 months ago.
And you hadn't met her before then?
No.
So you didn't suspect there was anything wrong?
Well, do you mean, did I expect her to drown herself? Of course I didn't expect her. It was quite a shock. Nobody expected that.
No, of course not. Alright. What about the license? Do you know
Have you
anything about
seen
it?
this before?
Not that I recall.
You don't know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No, I've never seen it before, sorry.
Interesting. Nobody knows about the license. What about the bicycle?
Does Simon Thompson ride a bike, do you know?
I think so, yes. I think he drives as well, but I might be mistaken.
Thinks he drives? He says it's the only way he goes around. What about this? No? Okay. This? No. This. Okay. This. Yeah, homebrew.
Have you tried Simon's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew? No, I haven't had the pleasure, sorry.
Okay. Good to know. Nobody knows about the damn homebrew either. Freedom necklace card.
Know what this is?
Yes. It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol that we use on the course. It's supposed to represent freedom from the chains of your ancestry.
Have you ever bought one of these?
Well, I've
but
got
I've seen the students wear
something
them.
to ask Emma about. Why would Emma have a birdcage freedom necklace given by a... Emma, we find more and more contradictions with you, girl.
What do you know about the broken window at the back of the pub?
Rebecca told me about it. I don't know how it got smashed, though. I told her to tape over it. We can't have anybody cutting themselves. You have to be very health and safety conscious these days.
Yes, you do. Good to know.
Do you know anything about an argument in the pub last Friday?
And what time?
I believe it wasn't long after the pub opened.
No. I usually leave for the manor house about 6. I start preparations around 6:30. I like to get a head start.
I'm sorry. Atlas meeting. At the meeting. Wasn't there something where he was saying that he was at the... He's for Atlas at 6 p.m. Doesn't know anything about the... Like you were at the pub on Friday. I don't know. Okay. We'll move on from this. What about this?
Have you seen one of these before?
I believe that looks like a scrying mirror to me.
You
What do you
have
know?
seen one before.
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots of other bits and pieces of that nature. Silly things, you know.
Really?
Yes, when I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing. I was a
Also
very somber child.
heavy metal and
not that you could tell.
punk
Always
rock.
playing fantasy games, reading books about that kind of malarkey, you know.
What sort of books did you read?
Well, books on black magic, not the chocolates. Witchcraft, satanic rituals, that kind of thing. I grew out of it, of course.
But you're not into that sort of thing now.
Of course I'm not. I mean, I don't need to believe in the supernatural, Inspector. The natural world is far more interesting. Don't you think so?
No. So this isn't supernatural at all? This cardboard mask
Can
of your
you tell
courses?
me about this?
Haven't seen that for a while. We had a friend who used to make them for us for the course. He passed away last year.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about
What
that.
does the symbol mean?
Third
It's
eye.
borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the triple goddess, the mother, maiden, and crone, represented by the waxing and waning of the moon.
Oh, see, I was wrong.
It's an ancient symbol. It predates Christianity. Some people say that it dates back to Paleolithic times.
So you
And
don't...
is that relevant to the course?
Well, no. I mean, it's a symbol we dabbled with, but it's not particularly relevant. We don't use it on the course, no.
No, of course not. Don't use it on the course. So, So, a symbol is made to represent the triple goddess, but you don't believe in the supernatural. Come on! Fine. What about the
Tell me about this.
It's the first one we ever had made. We had it designed by an agency after we'd spent weeks trying to find a name for this place.
It took you weeks.
Don't be like that, Inspector. I thought it was a rather grand name. Actually, if I'm being honest, I plucked it out of thin air one night at the George while I was having a few gin and tonics. Well, actually, somebody left a book and I stole it.
Oh, okay. Symbol not used on the course. Alright. Well, thank you. You've been
Probably be back later.
very insightful. Very insightful indeed. Anybody in here? Nobody's in here. Alright. It's 7 o'clock, which means there's some new places, possibly. I should leave Atlas and walk my way back towards everything, in case there's anything new in the woods. Or around town. Aha! What are you two doing?
You mind not defacing public property, please?
It's a tree, dude.
What's it to you?
Well, I'm a policeman.
And that's supposed to make what difference exactly?
It means that you do exactly what I tell you to do.
Or what? Or you arrest me?
No,
Yeah.
I'll give you a fine this time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money. What happens if you do something that I don't like? You're gonna give me some money?
No.
Who is this guy?
I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Could you just go?
What the fuck?
Pathetic.
And what were they carving into the tree? That symbol! What could it mean? Punk rockers. I was right.
What a prize brat. But why would he carve that into a tree? Either he's a die-hard rock fan, or there's more to that symbol than meets the eye.
I think it's just a diehard rock fan guy. Down the path's end. Aha! Who are you?
What are you? Private eye?
Yes.
No, I'm a police inspector.
Who are you looking for?
I'm investigating a death in the village.
Kate Vine?
Student men. They did one last year too. Same place.
Did what?
Murder.
Drowned a student. Ask that psycho about it. He runs that business cult thing up at the big house.
Atlas.
Bunch
Interesting.
of nut jobs.
There's a cult!
Hey, what was the student's name?
Kate Vine.
Liam.
Something.
Oh, sod.
Alright. Is that why you're drunk? Because you were Liam's friend or something? Sure.
Atlas's reputation precedes them.
I wasn't going to the phone. Excuse me.
Find out a bit more about this Liam.
I could find out by asking people in town. Come on.
Hello, DCI Jones speaking.
Mike, it's Jenks.
Have you clocked off tonight?
Yeah,
No.
the chief's put me on a case tonight, the Edenton girl.
Friday night, you poor sod. I thought that was sorted out anyway.
She was. Listen, are you near a computer?
I can't be. Yeah, go on.
Do you know anything about a death last year? Someone called Liam in Edenton Village?
Don't remember it. Hang on, let's have a look. Edenton Village.
Liam Rogers.
Liam Rogers. That's suicide last year.
Exactly. Interesting.
Suicides in 2 years, both on Edenton. Only you've got your work cut out, Jenksy.
What?
Don't I know it?
Right, well, good luck with that. See you Monday.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mike. You're a great help. Well, I guess since we're at this end, let's go this way. See if there's anything over here. Nothing over here? Alright, fine. Let's go talk to, James about this. Got some things to ask James.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you know anything about
If
this?
I did that, would it mean anything to you?
Yeah. It's a Satanism symbol. Satanists use it.
Have you ever seen anyone
Really?
using it?
Lots of people. Politicians, presidents, CEOs.
Have you ever seen anyone local using it?
Not that I remember.
That's definitely a rock symbol, but okay, sure. Liam's death? Anything
Do you
about
know
Liam?
Liam who?
Liam
Rogers.
who died.
You mean Liam who killed himself?
Yeah.
Is that what he did?
He was in my year, on a different course.
What course was Liam on?
Can't remember, not mine.
What was yours?
Plant science. First time I knew about Liam was when he killed himself.
Right, so you didn't meet him.
Alright then. What is with you in the fire? Honestly. Isn't Satanism and yet oh, never mind.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright. Let's head on into town. Let's ask Emma first. I feel like
a few more
Simon's gonna have
questions,
some
if you don't
more
mind.
things. Do you know about
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
God, I love it.
No. Why?
It's okay. Thanks.
Alright, good to know. If I did this, would it mean anything
What
to
do you know about a student called Liam? Committed suicide last year.
Only that I didn't know him really well.
Okay. The funniest thing is that Jenks has to like force his two middle fingers down to do this the symbol. Like, if I did, hold on, this did it mean anything to you? Kind of wish I had my webcam working for this. So I
That's
could
all for the moment.
show
Thank
what
you.
I was doing. I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. Whatever. We can always go back in to talk to James or to Simon. But yeah, he does that where he's like, hold on the middle fingers, like I can't do it my own. Oh, you're in the middle of cooking.
Smells nice. What is that?
Chili pork.
I have no idea you were a cook.
Oh, no, I used to be more into it. No, I don't do it so much. Used to grow my own herbs and everything.
Not here.
No, at the farmhouse where I used to live.
Oh, where was that?
That's where James lives.
It's James.
Yeah, we used to share a house together. The farmer used to let us use a corner of his greenhouse to grow stuff.
Ah.
You knew James that well.
Well, didn't really get on.
Where are the greenhouses?
We already know where they are. We've
It's
been
just
there.
through the farmyard at the back.
Interesting.
Very interesting, very interesting. You've just given me some more information, I believe. But if I did this, would it mean anything to you?
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Kinda love
Who
it.
did you see doing that?
Someone in the woods carving it into a tree.
That was Kyle.
Kyle!
It's a guy from the course. He's an idiot.
And where does
Seems like it.
I can't remember. Somewhere outside the village.
So
The
clearly I'm
three
not gonna...
fingers thing is something the students started doing. It's something from the course. The three freedoms.
Free
The
freedoms.
three freedoms? It's from the course. It's a phrase. Free to be free. Free yourself from the things that are holding you back, right? Things that stop you being successful.
What are they?
There's fear of failure, guilt, and doubting, self-doubt.
You believe that?
Yeah. Guilt ruins lives.
Sure.
It stops you looking forward. It serves no practical purpose. It's basically destructive.
Very true.
Right.
Free to be free. Not the
Free
most
to be
original
free.
slogan, but I wonder how far this freedom goes.
What about Liam?
What do you know about Liam?
Liam.
Liam? Liam? Liam. Liam.
Oh, that Liam.
Liam.
Yeah, I heard about him.
But you didn't
And?
No, I know he went to college, but didn't really know him. It's sad though.
Interesting. Didn't know Liam, but had heard about him. Well, alright,
Be
let's
back
visit
later on,
Emma
if that's okay.
about that free to be free garbage. I mean,
Do you know the phrase free to be free?
Yeah. It's an Atlas thing.
speaking
I first
of,
heard it when I went with Simon.
What
right,
did they say about it?
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong.
that's not so much.
I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
No,
I agree with guilt being
no,
bad,
I think
but
you should feel guilty if you do something
if
wrong.
you do something wrong,
does
like,
Simon
don't
think?
feel guilty about stuff that
I don't know, but I don't think you agree with that either.
Simon agrees with it fully. Right. Speaking of Atlas, there was something about the broken pendant, unwanted gift. That was Atlas. Wasn't there something where it's like the Freedom necklace card? Oh, the Freedom necklace. There's something about that where it's like, you know,
Thank you.
why would she
Probably
have
be back later.
received that necklace if she'd only gone there once? I don't know. Well, Simon and Rebecca, or not Simon, James and Rebecca. Back to James. James, do you have anything you'd like to tell me about Free to be Free?
Ask about a few more things, please.
Free to be Free?
Ever hear the phrase free to be free? Heard anyone use that?
Nah. What is it, a song?
No,
Man, you just
I
don't-
don't think so. Doesn't matter.
You just don't have any answers for me, do you?
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Alright. So glad I waste my time with you, James. So glad. Let's head on up the steps, because now that we have some information from Simon,
Simon
maybe there's...
mentioned another greenhouse on the farm. Must be up the hill over there.
Oh, see? Go further up. Go into the large greenhouse. Oh my, what do we have here? A magnifying glass.
I wonder if James knows this is here.
Oh.
If it is, it'd be interesting to see what he says about it.
Interesting indeed. What do we got there? We got some weed. Or we have some herbs of a different variety. Yes, indeed. James, what do you know about this?
couple more questions, if that's okay. Could you tell me what these are, please? I found them in the greenhouse.
Been snooping around on the farm, have we?
It's called investigating, James.
Yeah. It's just mint. Mint leaves. For cooking.
Yeah, I heard
Magic
you were a bit
mint.
of a budding chef.
Dabble a bit.
That's
Won
why
a few
it's MM.
competitions.
Very impressive.
Magic
So you normally
mint.
just leave packets of mint lying around?
Must have dropped it.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Sure.
Probably be back later.
Sure. Hey, Simon. Got some questions about this mint. Is this really mint? I guess we'll check with Rebecca. She's on the way to Simon's. We haven't checked in with Rebecca in a while. Ring the bell.
A few more questions, please.
We've got quite a few things. This.
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Why, is it meant to mean something?
No.
It's your husband's thing, so I would assume so. What about Liam?
What do you know about Liam?
You mean Liam who took his life? He used to play in a band, Black Rock or something? No, Black Stone. Very gothic. I used to let them play in here sometimes at the weekends. They were quite good.
Did
And
you know
you
there
don't
was
know
anything
that
wrong?
symbol?
I mean, why he might have...
No, I didn't know him very well.
Sure. What about free to be free?
Ever heard the phrase free to be free?
Do you mean the Atlas thing? Yes, I have.
Know what
But
it
you
means?
don't know the three
Free
freedoms.
guild.
What do you think about that?
You mean, do I think it's a bad thing?
Do you? I mean, surely if you have done something wrong...
Oh, but that's the point, Inspector. Most people spend their time feeling guilty over nothing.
Exactly. That's not a good thing. I agree with that. It's when you do something wrong that you should feel guilty about, but when you were hung up over something that you did wrong a very long time ago, and so you know about the phrase, but you don't know about the hand. No? Okay, fine. What about the mint?
Do you know what these are?
Magic mint. Where did you find this?
Magic mint.
Salvia divinorum. I used to grow it years ago. It makes you trip.
In what way?
It's a hallucinogenic and legal. Quite a dangerous combination, really.
Do you use it?
Me? No. No, I don't even take medicines. I like to stay pure.
Sure. And yet
I
you...
didn't expect Rebecca to know about growing drugs. I know she claimed not to use them herself, but I'm not so sure.
Sure. Salvia divinorum. Plant called salvia, also called magic mint.
That's
now
all for the moment. Thank you.
I gotta go back to freaking James and ask him about the fact that it's Salvia divinorum. Might as well before I head on down to Simon. James, do you know whether this was magic mint? Come on.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Salvia divinorum.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum, James?
What's that, skin cream?
It's not a skin cream, no. It's a plant.
Really? Don't know much about plants.
So you've never heard
I'm
of salvia?
sorry.
No.
Excuse me here. Doesn't know much about plants. James' degree was in plant science. Get fucked.
So, your degree is in plant science, but you don't seem to know anything about plants.
Still got a lot to learn.
So you're still saying you've never heard of salvia?
Didn't say that.
So you have.
Maybe.
In fact, you grew it.
And you do grow it.
It's legal, why not?
What do you do with it?
Put it in your
Used
tea.
for explorative purposes, meditation.
And does this involve anybody else?
Why?
Do you sell it or give it to anybody else?
Nah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just for me, nobody else.
And that's the only drug you grow, is it?
Feel free to go and look if you want.
It's okay, I'll look later.
The only drug he grows. I'm not sure I believe that, James. Then again, would someone growing illegal drugs bother growing a legal one?
Using salvia for meditation for his private use only. Traded his herbal tea.
Aha. When you say herbal tea, do you mean salvia?
Probably.
So you traded salvia tea with Simon for his homebrew. So why did you say you didn't give salvia to anybody else?
Ding, ding, ding.
Did you give it to anybody else?
Give it to Kate.
How many people did you give it to? Did you give it to Kate?
No.
How about Liam?
I didn't have anything to do with him dying, if that's what you mean.
So you did give him salvia?
Aha!
Yes, I gave him salvia because he asked for it. But that's not what killed him.
Well, he committed suicide, James, because of psychological issues that probably weren't helped by him trying hallucinogenic drugs.
Didn't commit suicide. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what happened.
Well, what happened?
So what
Tell
happened
me.
then?
Do you even know about Third Eye?
Aha!
Go on.
You don't know about Third Eye. If you don't know about Third Eye, you know nothing about Liam's death. I mean, forget salvia.
Fine, tell me then.
Tell me about this Third Eye.
Was a cult.
Okay,
we had
that's
our
different.
very own psycho cult operating right here from our village hall. And I got rid of them, single-handed.
What?
I'm the one who got rid of Third Eye. Did they tell you that at the station?
No.
Okay, start again. They were what?
You don't know anything, do you? Look,
My God, man.
they were reeling in students, pretending to be some sort of happy life course, you know.
Like
Make your
Alice.
life better sort of crap. Then they were putting everyone through this brainwashing program to make them compliant, and selling them on. It's all there.
Sure.
Selling them on?
Selling them. Objects, commodities.
To who?
Sure.
Anyone who could afford them. Top politicians, famous celebrities, wealthy businessmen, you name it.
What?
For?
Why?
Don't get it,
Yeah.
do you?
No.
Third Eye were making and selling slaves. They were black market slave traders. They were wiping people's personalities using ECT, brainwashing, cocktails of hard drugs, deliberately turning them into perfect slaves. You know what slaves are
Right.
worth on the black market these days?
A lot, apparently.
Millions. And I'm talking per slave. That's why anyone who stood up to them and threatened to go public like Liam was just killed off. They didn't give a damn.
So then how did you get rid of
So
them?
you're saying Liam was murdered by Third Eye?
Exactly what I'm saying. That's why I started looking into it. They were all saying it was suicide, but there's no way.
So, did you ever actually meet Liam?
I found out about him.
And how did you find out about all this other stuff?
It's obvious, you could tell.
Sure. Anyone with a brain could tell.
Students. You could see straight away there was something wrong. They were like zombies. And I can tell when someone's got ECT damage or when they've been through mind conditioning. It's just obvious. I mean, the US military
Just
used all
obvious.
these techniques back in the 50s. It's all documented. You can read about it.
It's all
They
obvious.
showed all the same signs.
It's obvious, really.
So, did you ever actually go to a meeting?
No, but I knew what went on
How?
It's obvious.
from what people said who'd been through it.
Okay, so do you know anyone I could speak to who did go through it?
Well, no. Look, it doesn't matter. Why did they close down if it wasn't true? They just closed down and disappeared overnight after I put all the flyers up. Bit of a coincidence.
But that was just after Liam died.
Maybe they
Yeah.
left after Liam
Do
died.
you think that had anything to do with it?
Maybe, but it was the flyers that forced them to close.
Sure it was. I'm sure the Flyers did a lot.
Do you mind if I keep this?
Yeah, you investigate it. It'll all come out.
Sure.
Third Eye definitely killed Liam.
Well,
Well, that was a lot to take in. Does James really believe all this stuff? This is
That
the
was
first I've heard about Third Eye. Question is, what's their connection with Atlas, if there
well,
is
the symbol. Never went to a Third Eye meeting. Claims Third Eye. Third Eye were a local cult and slave traders. So never went to a Third Eye meeting, but you don't recognize the mask. Okay, fine. You don't recognize the mask, and yet it's right there on the flyer.